So hello everyone, welcome back to the part 2 discussion of this particular mapping. Clear. So hope you have enjoyed this particular lecture of part 1. If you haven't gone through the part 1, please go and watch this particular part 1 lecture. This session actually has to commence yesterday in the back end, but we could not do it so. So today we are fulfilling this particular lecture as such. So moving further, this is the part 2 aspect where we are going to focus upon those particular segments where questions would be coming from Indian mapping. So in Indian wise mapping, most important key points which you have to focus, I would say, make sure that you focus upon those particular key points. The first focus point which shall be there, that shall be the Tropic of Cancer line which is there. Tropic of Cancer line passes through Gujarat. Do remember, see, I would be a bit fast. Please try to make sure that you catch up my speed, because as we have less amount of time and to time manage, I would be doing it bit fast. But if you find any doubts, please you can drop it in the chat session or comment section. I'll be solving it. Okay. So Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura, Mizoram. So Tropic of Cancer passes through these particular states, but chances are least that question would be coming from these states. My guess of chance from this particular question is they might ask you regarding with the cities which are closer to this particular Tropic of Cancer. So we have Gandhinagar, Bhopal, Ranchi. So most closerly, if you could see Bhopal, Ranchi, and we have one particular Udaipur as a city that would also be very closer. Udaipur is not that Udaipur which is there in Rajasthan. Or else if they want to toughen the question paper, what they would be doing is they would be taking these particular cities like Bhopal, Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, Ranchi, Raipur, Kolkata, and they will ask you to arrange from nearest to closest distance. So any kind of question from this particular segment might come. This is one particular key element which you have to remember. Post this, if you could see, the bordering countries, this is one thing which you have to remember for sure. The Tropic of Cancer passing. And one more thing is, what are the rivers which are cutting this particular Tropic of Cancer? That is the point zone where the question would be coming. Please make sure that you remember any of the examinations you would write all across India. This will be 100% helping you. And moving further, you know what are the countries which are bordering this particular India? We have Pakistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, bit of Afghanistan, and Sri Lanka is a neighboring country, but it doesn't border. So from where the question would be coming is important aspect here. If you could see that particular states which are bordering with these countries, from their question comes. So I have given you the segmental statement. Like if you could see, Afghanistan has border with Ladakh. So Afghanistan, obviously it has border with Ladakh. Ladakh is one particular aspect which you have to remember. In such a way, Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, Myanmar, Nepal, Pakistan, all these states which we have, what are the states which are having border with this? That is one more point which you have to remember. And see, out of all the countries which we have, it is Bangladesh which has the largest border with India, covering total of 4096.7 kilometer. And the least coverage is with 106 kilometer. Afghanistan has the connection with this particular Ladakh region. Do remember this. And see the states which are bordering these particular neighboring countries. This is very important. See, I have listed it separately. Chances are very great that question would be coming from this. So just by seeing this particular map, answering is very easy. But once we sit into the examination hall, answering this kind of questions becomes very difficult. If you see Pakistan, this Pakistan is sharing border with Jammu Kashmir, Punjab, Gujarat, Rajasthan. This is on and off and known thing. Clear? So Pakistan already, obviously, it would be in news. So most of the people know this particular Pakistan bordering countries. Okay, Pakistan bordering states. And Afghanistan, as I have said, only Ladakh, Jammu, Kashmir portion would be mixing it. So here also question doesn't come. The most confused aspect is in regardance with Nepal. What are the states which are bordering with this particular Nepal as a country? You have 5 important states which borders Nepal. One is Sikkim, which is adjacent to it. Second is West Bengal. Darjeeling portion of West Bengal borders with it. Bihar portion borders with it. Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand. These are the 5 states which surround this particular Nepal from east, south, and west. Do remember these particular 5 states which are very, very important for UPSC's prelims 2023. Clear? People who are watching live, please do like this video, share this video as much as you can, so that it would be helping as many as aspirants to get on to these particular indications of questions which would appear in UPSC CSE preliminary examination 2024. Please do like it, share it as much as you can, and if you are feeling any doubt, अगर आपको कोई doubt है, you can drop it in the live chat section. 100% I'll be taking up that particular doubt and solving it. Otherwise, if you see this video later on, the recording के नीचे जो comment है, you can fill up the comment box. Thank you. Clear? So China has border with Jammu, Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and Sikkim, all from the border. So Himachal Pradesh and Jammu Kashmir from the western side, Sikkim from the eastern side, and we also have the bordering with Arunachal Pradesh. Bhutan, it has border with Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Sikkim, West Bengal. Bangladesh, the most important one. The reason behind it is the Bangladesh, as it shares the largest border with India. What are the states which are bordering with Bangladesh? That is what UPSC gives special focus. So West Bengal, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Tripura, Assam are those particular entity states which are bordering with this particular Bangladesh region. Clear? And as Myanmar border was in news, there are greater chances that question would be coming from the Myanmar border. If you see Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, like Manipur, Nagaland, they generally have this particular border. See, your focus should not only be on these particular states which are bordering with these particular countries, but internally also, if you see Indian state which is there. So states bordering with Madhya Pradesh, or states bordering with Uttar Pradesh, or states bordering with Sikkim. See, unless and until you see Indian map, you don't know that West Bengal is sharing the border with Sikkim. Unless and until you see the Indian map, you don't know it. So unless and until you see the map, northeastern state, the most conflicting aspect. So chances are very great. They might ask you the bordering states of northeastern states. They might ask, like, which of the following northeastern states they border with Assam? If you could see, Assam has border with West Bengal, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, Meghalaya. So almost all the states which are there in northeastern region, they have the connection with this particular Assam region. Most interestingly, Meghalaya, without seeing, you can't judge Meghalaya by like what are the states which are bordering with Meghalaya. If you could see, Meghalaya only and completely borders with the state of Assam. So as most of the states of northeastern India are carved out from Assam, so Assam has border with maximum number of states. This is one logical point which you have to remember. And sir, could you please give a PDF on it? It will be great help for revision. Yes, Jagdish, we will be sharing this particular PPT or PDF with you immediately after the class. Okay, 100%. Class would be finished somewhere by 4 o'clock, 4:15. Immediately within 15-20 minutes, you will be getting the PDF in this particular comment box. Okay, okay, Jagdish. So make sure that you focus on special emphasis of this northeastern states, or in certain stands, what would happen is they will ask you a question that the latitude which is passing through Jaipur is closer to which of the following cities? The latitude which is passing through Jaipur is closer to which of the following cities? So in this particular junction, chances are there that you would be getting the question. Okay. So make sure that you remember the states bordering the neighboring countries and states bordering the states and cities which are almost closely parallel to that latitude and cities which are closely parallel to that longitude. Already UPSC has asked one question. The longitude which is passing through Delhi is closer to which of the following cities? Answer Bangalore था उसका. तो वो हिसाब से क्वेश्चंस आने का चांसेस 100% है. Make sure that you remember this particular segment. Chances shall be very great that you would be getting the question from this particular entity. Okay. So if you see the Myanmar which is there, this is in news. So India Myanmar relations which were there, if you could see this particular map, just I am off the screen so that you can see this particular picture. See, there are 4 states of India having 1643 kilometers border with this Myanmar: Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur and Mizoram. This is the zone from where question would be coming. According to my guess, why? Because many people have a greater confusion in recognizing those particular states bordering with Myanmar and bordering with Bangladesh. So my particular sense is saying that the question somewhere will relate with this particular Myanmar as a border. So as we had huge issues with Myanmar since the last 5 to 6 years, since 2017-18, Rohingyas issue जो है, वहां से Myanmar is in news. So chances are very great that you would be getting the questions regarding with this. Okay. And also this particular disputed border which is present in between the Indus Delta, which we call it as Sir Creek line. So one of the particular edges, it is claimed by Pakistan, disputed by India. So Sir Creek का जो eastern line है, it is claimed by Pakistan, disputed by India. Western line जो है, that is claimed by India, disputed by Pakistan. So Sir Creek line, which acts as an international border between India and Pakistan along the Indus Deltaic region, this is in news. So greater chances are there that question would be coming along this particular junction. So Sir Creek line which is there, it is acting as a border between India and Pakistan along the Sindh region, along the Deltaic region. Okay. So this is one particular entity which you have to remember. It is closer to Indus Deltaic region. So bordering states, already I have said which states are bordering accordingly. You know, already I have said it. So China, Pakistan has border of 3323 kilometer. No need to remember the fact. Afghanistan 106, China 3488, Bangladesh 4096 as such, but there is some disputed border. But I have one particular aspect which you can focus is like to remember the sequence of bordering length with the states. You can remember like Bangladesh, China, Pakistan, Nepal, Myanmar, Bhutan, Afghanistan. So PC, BC, PN, MBA. A person who hails from BC category, if he does MBA, then he will get job in Punjab National Bank. है ना, वैसा remember करो, like BC, PN, then MBA. A BC candidate doing MBA will get job in Punjab National Bank. So this is one mnemonic. It's a better mnemonic, we can't do it. So make sure that Bangladesh, China, Pakistan, Nepal, Myanmar, Bhutan, Afghanistan, this is the sequence of largest borders of India with that of shortest borders of India with the neighboring countries. Do remember this, chances are very great. The questions would be coming from this and you have to give a special emphasis on these particular aspects. Moving further, अगर आप Himalayan ranges में देखेंगे, already UPSC has asked a question on Himalayan ranges as such. So if you could see the location of ranges, they are very, very important. North to south, south to north, east to west, or important peaks where they are located. To remember all these, there is high elevation. That question would be repeating again. If you first consider just Himalayan portions, Himalayas are present like Greater Himalayas or Himadri. then comes Himachal, then Shivaliks. This is 1-3 chain. Post these Himalayas, we have 3 more important ranges which we recognize it as Trans Himalayas, like which include Karakoram range. So which include Karakoram range, which is the northest range of India, and India's highest peak K2 is located here, which is also called as Khagir and which is also called as Godwin Austen. So to the down south of Karakoram range, we have Ladakh range, and between Ladakh range, beneath that we have Jaskar range. So these 3 are located from north to south. So if you want to arrange these particular mountains, Karakoram range, Ladakh range, Jaskar range, Himadri, Himachal, Shivaliks, you have to extend this particular element. So make sure that you remember these particular Himalayas as such. Karakoram range, Ladakh range, Jaskar range. One most important thing, between Ladakh range and Jaskar range, we would be having flowage of Indus River. Indus River enters into India and it flows between this Ladakh range, Jaskar range. One more interesting thing is this extension of Jaskar range into Tibet. The Jaskar range extension into Tibet, you will find Kailash range where you shall see Mount Kailash, which is very, very important. So mountain peaks and their north to south, west to east locations which are there. To remember these locations, we have to have a pinpointal evidence in this particular atlas. So just remembering Nanda Devi, Dhaulagiri, Annapurna, Kanchenjunga or Mount Everest is not enough. Where is its pinpointed location? What is its north to south extension? What is its west to east extension? You have to remember, because what UPSC would be doing is simply it would be giving 4 peaks. Once it gives this particular 4 peaks, they will ask you to arrange from north to south or from south to north. So Karakoram range, Ladakh range, Jaskar range. Karakoram range, Ladakh range, Jaskar range, Himadri, Himachal, Shivaliks. Karakoram, Ladakh, Jaskar, Himadri, Himachal, Shivaliks. And if you could see, in this particular Himachal ranges, we have different mountain ranges, because Himachal ranges are not continuous ranges like that of Himadri. If you see these Himadris, they roughly extend. See, here we have Nanga Parbat location. The extension of Himalayas in India happens from 2 cross-sectional bends, which we call it as syntaxial bends. So these syntaxial bends which are there, that one is located at Nanga Parbat, one is located at Namcha Barwa. One particular element is located at Nanga Parbat, one is Namcha Barwa. So our Himalayan extension which is there between west to east, it is happening through Nanga Parbat in Kashmir location, Ladakh location, to Namcha Barwa in Arunachal Pradesh. These 2 peaks are very, very important. They were in news. Chances are great question would be coming. And if you could see, Karakoram, Ladakh, Jaskar falls under Trans Himalayas. They are not part of Himalayas. इसको separately याद रख लो. And Himalayas में Greater Himalayas or Himadri, Himachal, Shivaliks. And these Greater Himalayas are known for huge high peaks. They are known for 2 things, the Greater Himalayas. That is, one, highest peaks, second, passes. So greatest chances that we are going to get a question either from the highest peaks or from the passes. Make sure that you remember them. And I'll show you the passes and important peaks moving further down the slide. And next, in Himachal range, we generally have 5 mountain ranges, because these Himachal ranges are not continuous chain extending. They are discontinued chain. They have 5 mountains. 5 mountains. Remember these 5. Pir Panjal range, Jammu Kashmir. Dauladar range, Himachal Pradesh. Nagatibba range, Mussoorie, like in Uttarakhand. Mussoorie range in Uttarakhand. Mahabharat range in Nepal. So it is made by 5 mountainous ranges. The Himachal which is there, they include the 5 mountainous ranges, and these are these particular 5 mountainous ranges which we have. It is very, 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 very important. Okay. And Shivalik's continuous mountain range, it has one discontinuity near Sikkim created by Tista river. You just remember. And the Shivalik river doesn't extend from India. They rather extend from Pakistan. In and around Pakistan, we have one particular plateau which is called as Potwar Plateau. And this particular Potwar Plateau se extend hoga. And after this region, it merges with the main chain of mountains. So make sure that you remember. Trans Himalayas mein teen hai. Karakoram, Ladakh, Jaskar range, and Siachen glacier which is there, that is part of this particular Karakoram range itself. Do remember this. So moving further, if you see, the regional division also is very, very important regarding with the Himalayas. So regional divisions mein Himalayas which are extended in a cross-sectional region, they are regionally divided. So one which is present, generally these regional divisions can be divided on the basis of rivers. So Kashmir and Punjab Himalayas which are there, they are extended between Indus river and Sutlej river. Do remember this. Between Indus river and Sutlej river jo extend hoga, they are considered as Kashmir and Punjab Himalayas, which are present between Sutlej and Kali river. They are called as Kumayu Himalayas, cross-sectional number 2, and Nepal Himalayas, which are called as Central Himalayas. They are extended between Kali and Tista river. Kali and Tista river. And fourth block, Assam or Eastern Himalayas, they are present between Tista and Brahmaputra. Tista river, it's a tributary of Brahmaputra itself. Between these particular cross-sectional area, the mountains which are present, they are Assam Himalayas. And those Himalayas which are extended in northeastern states, as I have said, we have one syntaxial bend. Post that syntaxial bend, the Himalayas bend southward and have a north to south orientation. That particular north to south orientation, they are considered as Purvanchals. They are very, very important. Chances are very, very high in this particular regional division questions would be coming. So these particular Himalayas which are there, as I have said, we have many passes which are located in Himadri, and there is no necessity that you remember every pass, but I will say few which are in news. Make sure that you remember those particular passes. One is Mintaki Pass, which was in news. Mintaki Pass located in Ladakh region. This is in news. Karakoram Pass along the Karakoram range. This is in news. Jojila Pass, very, very important. है ना? Burzil Pass, very, very important. Kashmir location में. Banihal Pass. All these passes. See, my guess is Burzil Pass, Jojila Pass, Banihal Pass. What UPSC would be doing is, it generally tend to give these particular passes. Already, many times they have asked this question. But this time, according to my guess, they might give you, because many passes were in news. So this time, my particular guess of question is, they might give the passes and ask you to arrange from north to south, and here north to south mein, chances are very great that they would be asking questions from this. Burzil Pass, Jojila Pass and Banihal Pass. So make sure that you try to remember these passes accordingly to their north-south extension. So Mintaki Pass ho gaya, Karakoram Pass hua, Burzil Pass, Jojila Pass, Banihal Pass. Make sure that you remember them in Kashmir location. Coming to Himachal Pradesh, there are 3 passes. One is Baralapchala Pass, है ना, Baralapchala Pass, Baralapchala Pass, and one is Rotang Pass. And this is Rotang Pass is the location where we have the origin of Ravi and Bias river, and Baralapchala is one of the headward origin point of the Chenab river. So those which are the tributaries of Indus river, in that particular tributary range, this Baralapchala and Rotang Pass come into picture. And Shipkila Pass is also very important, because from this particular Shipkila Pass of Himachal Pradesh, we would be having Sutlej river which is entering into this particular India. So Sutlej river, after crossing this particular Shipkila Pass, it enters into India. So these passes are very, 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 very important. in Himachal Pradesh and Jammu Kashmir. So greater chances. See, between mountain passes I have given. So Mintaki Pass, which is present between Kashmir and China. Banihal Pass, Jammu and Srinagar. Mein Banihal is the last railway station which we have. Beyond that, we have to travel on road to Srinagar. So this Banihal railway passes through this particular pass. ये एक याद रख लो. Pir Panjal Pass, obviously it is in Pir Panjal range. Jojila Pass, it is an important road link between Srinagar and Kargil and Leh on one side. So every pass which is there that has important aspect. Baralapchala, Himachal and Jammu Kashmir ko this interlinks. Rohtang Pass, it links between Kullu, Lahul and Spiti valleys. And Shipkila Pass, it creates a pass between Himachal Pradesh and Tibet. Mintaki Pass, Banihal Pass, Pir Panjal Pass, Jojila Pass, Baralapchala Pass, Rohtang Pass, Shipkila Pass. These are the passes which you have to give the greatest of greatest emphasis. Are you getting this? See, I have shown you already these passes. And coming to this Uttarakhand region, we have Niti Pass and Lipule, which are two important passes located here. And coming to Sikkim, we have two passes again. See, apart from the 7 which I have said, so 7 list mein kya tha? Mintaki Pass, Banihal Pass, Pir Panjal Pass, Jojila Pass. And Himachal Pradesh mein Baralapchala Pass, Rohtang Pass and Shipkila Pass. After these 7, in Uttarakhand we have Niti Pass and Lipule. In Uttarakhand we have Niti Pass and Lipule. And once we go to Sikkim location, we have Nathula and Jelapala Pass. Nathula and Jelapala Pass. These two are important. Moving to this particular Arunachal Pradesh region, we have Bomdila Pass. Moving to Arunachal Pradesh location, Bomdila Pass. Sri Nayak, I will be sending the PDF post the class. So you can search in the comment section post the class. Done. Is this clear? So passes में 4 कश्मीर में, 3 हिमाचल प्रदेश, 2 उत्तराखंड, 2 in Sikkim, 1 in Arunachal Pradesh. So total 12 passes which are important. Make sure that you at least remember these particular 12 passes. But chances are there question comes from this. But in any sense, if there is anything which would be in the news current, बाकी भी न्यूज में रहेंगे कभी कभी, अगर वो न्यूज में constantly है, if it has become a contemporary issue. See, repeated current affair which is appearing in newspaper is a contemporary issue. UPSC कभी क्वेश्चन current affair पे नहीं पूछेगा, contemporary issues पे पूछेंगे. So make sure that you remember this particular segment. So chances are very great the questions might come from mountainous passes. What are they? Mintaki Pass, Pir Panjal Pass, Banihal Pass, Jojila Pass. And coming to Himachal Pradesh, we have Shipkila Pass, Baralapchala Pass and Rohtang Pass. In Uttarakhand, Niti Pass, Lipu Leh. And coming to the Sikkim, Nathula Pass and Jelapala Pass. And coming to Arunachal Pradesh, Bomdila Pass. All these passes are very, very, very important for UPSC preliminary examination 2024. If you are not willing to remember these passes, 100% sure shot question is going to come from these particular passes. Get ready for this particular question. Moving further, important peaks I have said, there are some important peaks which you have to remember. K2. Generally, whenever you just see the peak, location you have to mark it in the atlas, like K2, Gashe Brahm, Badrinath, Nanda Devi, Kedarnath, Yamunotri, Guru Shikhar, highest peak of Aravallis, Dhupgarh, highest peak of Satpuran ranges, Kalsubai, Mahabaleshwar, and Brahmagiri, Kudremukh, Dodabetta, Annaimudi, Mahendragiri, clear, Armakonda. See all these peaks which are there. Nokrek, which is present in Meghalaya, Kanchenjunga, the highest peak of India in Himalaya. See, many people have still confusion. Many people have confusion. The confusion is the Kanchenjunga highest peak or is the K2? 2000% it is K2. Despite of it being under the Pakistan occupied Kashmir zone, we still consider K2 as integral part of India. Chances are very great. The question already UPSC has asked its location, mountain peak and its associated range. So this time my guess is they will be giving certain mountain peaks and ask you to arrange them from north to south or from west to east location. Greatest of greatest chances in UPSC regarding with important mountain peaks. So make sure that you remember this. Passes yaad rakh lo, mountain peaks yaad rakh lo. Okay. So if you just go into the internet, you will find उत्तराखंड में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पीक्स है, नंदा देवी, कामत, है ना. एंड माय गेस ऑफ क्वेश्चन इज लाइक फ्रॉम विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इंपॉर्टेंट पीक्स ऑफ इंडिया, लाइक विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग पीक्स फॉल इन इंडिया, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग पीक्स डजंट फॉल इन इंडिया. सो यहां से कुछ क्वेश्चन आने का चांसेस है इंपॉर्टेंट पीक्स के ऊपर. मेक श्योर दैट यू गिव ए ग्रेटर एम्फोसिस. ग्रेटर चांसेस आर देयर दैट यू वुड बी गेटिंग द क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर पीक्स एस्पेक्ट. एंड सदर्न इंडिया में अगर आप आएंगे, you also have passes along the western Ghats, same like the passes which are present in the Himachal Pradesh. If you see the Goram Ghat and Haldigati pass, these are the two passes when we take around the Aravalli route to enter into the Gujarat. These are the passes which are in news. The Haldigati pass news mein tha. Haldigati pass present in Rajasthan region. This was in news. Make sure you remember it. And if you could see this particular Thalgat gap and already Borgat gap. So this is also very, very important. Borgat gap, Thalgat gap, chances are very great that question would be coming. So Pune, Mumbai ke beech mein and Mumbai and Nasik ke beech mein, you would be having these particular passes, Thalgat gap and Borgat gap. These two gaps were in news. And Palgat, this is also in news. This is also in news kadandi. Idi news lo untadi. Palgat every year. Meeru kavalante Palgat gap space the Hindu an kottandi. Okavela adi news lo last 1 year lo lekapothe oka blank check istam meeku. 100% untadi Palgat gap. It is present between Kerala and Tamil Nadu location. Very, very important. Major passes of India lo. There is huge amount of transportation and cultural exchange which generally happens along this particular pass. Greater chance of questions are there. If they are not asking those particular passes from Himadri ranges, they might ask the question. And one more chance of action is there that we might get the question from hill stations. But I have not included this particular hill stations here. So in the part 3 of the mapping work tomorrow, which we are going to live, in that we are going to deal environmental segments. There I'll be speaking about the important hill stations, UNESCO's World Heritage Sites and all. So there are some glaciers which are very important. Don't know from where the question comes, but Siachen Glacier is in news. Already it is in news. It is the highest elevated battlefield, India and Pakistan ke beech mein. The India-Pakistan ceasefire line, which is called as line of control line, comes to a dead end 80 km from Chinese border, which falls along this Siachen Glacier zone. So if you could see its location, it is along Pakistan held Kashmir and India held Kashmir. In between this, we have this particular line of control, which is a redrawn Red Cliff line. So Red Cliff line border jo hai, uska redrawn line hai. And this is the Siachen Glacier location. Between Pakistan occupied Kashmir, between India's Kashmir, and between China occupied the Aksai Chin region, we have the central node of Siachen Glacier. On this particular basis, if you see the previous year question, UPSC has asked a question regarding with the location of Siachen Glacier. Chances are very, very, very great that you would be getting question repeatedly. Last time उसका geography के बारे में पूछे, इस बार हो सके उसका temperature, altitude, vegetation, उसका purest form of geography के बारे में they might ask you this particular question. Siachen Glacier, chances are very great. Okay, so apart from this, we also have many glaciers which generally act as a zone of river origin, which act as a zone from where when it would be melted the rivers would be coming. So if you could see Baltero Glacier, Bandar Poonch Glacier, Gangotri Glacier, Pindari Glacier. Many glaciers are there which are important, which are acting as a source for Indian rivers. Many glaciers we have, but along these particular glaciers, we would be having the most important stand stay picture. The top of that particular glacier, it is Siachen Glacier, the disputed land. It is the highest elevated battlefield between India and Pakistan. So every time when it would be in news, it becomes a contemporary issue for UPSC to pose a question. Make sure that you remember this, okay? And coming to the rest regions, some important plateaus to be marked within the peninsular plateau segment, the second physiographic division after this. And in this particular second segment, before moving into it, so in this particular northeastern states, I have said that we have Purvanchals, right? So along this particular Purvanchal, generally I have said Himalayas extend up to Namcha Barwa. After Namcha Barwa, they have a hairpin bend, they have a syntaxial bend. That particular syntaxial bend would be giving us certain hills, clear, which are called as Purvanchals. And these Purvanchals are called up with different names. Please do remember those Purvanchals, which are called up with different names. Arunachal Pradesh में इसको पटकाई बाम hills बोलते हैं. They are called as पटकाई बाम hills. In Nagaland, Naga hills. In Manipur region, Manipuri hills. In Mizoram, they are called as Mizo hills, or they are considered as Lushai hills. But most interesting thing is these particular mountain hill-like structures, when they enter into Myanmar location, into the Myanmar region, when we enter this particular segment, we shall be experiencing, do remember this point, we shall be experiencing, we shall have this particular component which shall be coming into picture. Very, very important. Again, I am repeating. It is Arakaniomas. These particular Purvanchal's extension into Myanmar, Arakaniomas, these Myanmar extension into Bay of Bengal is appearing like an offshoot, and Andaman Nicobar Islands, if you see the geographical indication, they generally tend to experience this particular segment of extension of Arakaniomas into Bay of Bengal. That's why possibility of chances, as I have said, there is a dispute between Myanmar and India. So along that particular border, it is these particular Purvanchals which are there. So there shall be greatest of greatest chance that we shall be experiencing question in this particular regard. So make sure that you focus upon this particular segment, okay? So now coming to the peninsular plateau, there are some plateaus which you have to make a note with. One particular plateau, it is Malwa Plateau. Very important, it's a lava blazed plateau present in Madhya Pradesh, and somewhat it touches into the Gujarat. To the northeastern region of Malwa Plateau, we have Bundelkhand Plateau, which extends in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. And to the southeastern region, we have Baghelkhand Plateau. And to the east of it, we have Chota Nagpur Plateau. So these are some minor plateaus which are present in the peninsular plateau, which is the largest physiographic division, covering a total area of 5 lakh square kilometers. Covering a total area of 5 lakh square kilometers. Please do remember this particular point. 5 lakh square kilometers. 5 lakh square kilometers. This is the central zone which we have. Very, very important. Malwa, Baghelkhand, Bundelkhand, Baghelkhand. Their locational aspect is very important. And here we have one more plateau which is not mentioned here. It is located in Rajasthan, which is called as Mewar Plateau. Which is called as Mewar Plateau. Which is called as Mewar Plateau. Mewar or Marwad Plateau. Do remember these particular locations. Chota Nagpur Plateau, very important. And if you see along the Chota Nagpur Plateau, there we shall find some dissected plateaus of Ranchi Plateau and Hazaribagh Plateau. Just smaller plateaus attached with this Chota Nagpur Plateau. Make sure that you remember that particular plateau as well. And if you see the Meghalaya Plateau which is there, and the dissected nature of Meghalaya Plateau is an offshoot of Peninsular Plateau. So generally Meghalaya plateau was offshoot of Peninsular plateau, but due to the Indian plate which is moving northern side and eastern side, one side it is hitting the Eurasia, one side it is hitting this Burma. So due to that, there has been a rift developed between this particular Indian Meghalaya plateau and rest of Peninsular plateau, and that particular gap which is there, usko hum Malda gap bolte hain. And that particular Malda gap is not present now, because this particular Malda gap has been filled with sediments from Ganga and Brahmaputra rivers, and this Malda gap separates this Meghalaya plateau. But Meghalaya plateau is still, it's an offshore of Peninsular plateau, which is also called as Shillong plateau. And to the northeastern location of this Meghalaya plateau, we have Karbi Anglong plateau. Do remember this point. Karbi Anglong plateau, very, very important. And this particular Meghalaya plateau has been dissected and it has derived three important hills. So Meghalaya plateau has been divided into three small segment structures, which has given us Garo, Khasi and Jaintia hills. So these are the three hills. Chances are there that they might ask you a question by giving these three hills to arrange them from east to west or from west to east. East to west and from west to east. Please do remember this particular point. Chances are very great that question would be coming. And coming to the Deccan Plateau out of the entire plateaus, it is the largest one, where Deccan Plateau, sorry, here a value is for Deccan Plateau, but entire Peninsular Plateau, it covers 16 lakh square kilometer. Okay. In that, Deccan Plateau alone covers 5 lakh. The northern region which is there, clear, northern region which is there, इसको हम महाराष्ट्र प्लेट्यू बोलते हैं, सदर्न प्लेट्यू को कर्नाटका, इस पर्टिकुलर प्लेट्यू को तेलंगाना प्लेट्यू, and this is Dandakaranya or Chhattisgarh plateau, and here moving further you will find Chhattisgarh basin. Recently one particular plateau in Maharashtra plateau was in news, which is present in Satara district, which is also part of this particular UNESCO's World Heritage Site of Western Ghats. What is that plateau name? I will reveal it at the end of the class. But if you know, you please fill up the live chat with that particular plateau, which was recently in news in Maharashtra, which is also UNESCO's World Heritage Site. So this Maharashtra plateau mostly dominate. Entire Deccan plateau is lava plateau. Maharashtra plateau having dominant with this particular lava formation. Here we shall have huge black soils, and that black soils in this particular region are called as Regur soils. And in Karnataka plateau, the Karnataka plateau is divided into two. One particular region is called as Malnad, and what particular region shall be called as Maidan location. Clear? So Maharashtra plateau, Telangana plateau, Malnad, Maidan plateau. And in this particular Karnataka, Malnad and Maidan locations which are there, Malnad refers to hill region. Maidan refers to the rolling plateau or plain-like structure. This plateau has two. One is hilly region, one is plain region. Plain region is called as Maidan, hill region is called as Malnad. Okay, so do remember this. And in this particular segment, we have Mewar Plateau, Malwa Plateau, Madhya Bharat Pattar, Bundelkhand, Bhagelkhand Plateau, and this is Chotanagpur Plateau. उसका north में हजारीबाग Plateau, उसका south में रांची Plateau, and उसका offshoot जो है वो मेघालय Plateau है, which is also called as Shillong Plateau, and the plateau located to the northeastern edge of this Meghalaya Plateau called as Karbi Anglong Plateau. And moving further, we have this particular Deccan Plateau, which is divided as Maharashtra Plateau, Karnataka Plateau, Telangana Plateau, Bastar or Dandakaranya or Chhattisgarh Plateau, and also Chhattisgarh Plain. And in Karnataka coming into picture, that particular plain region which is there, that has two particular segments. One particular segment is Malnad and one is Maidan. Malnad refers to hill country and Maidan refers to the plain region. So make sure that you remember all of these particular stuffs. And within this particular peninsular plateau, we have hill regions. So if you see extension of Aravallis, जो Guru Shikhar, which is highest peak. So Guru Shikhar को point out करना is very important. Along with Guru Shikhar, you should also found and point out this Mount Abu. So this is one particular hill range which is connected with this peninsular plateau. The other hill ranges, we have Vindhyas. We have Vindhyas. Clear, Vindhyas and Satpuras, which are extension of block mountains. The Vindhyas and Satpuras है ना, जो ब्लॉक माउंटेन्स हैं. So earlier these Vindhyas and Satpuras were fold mountains. They were eroded and reduced their heights to residual mountains. But due to the gap which is being created between these Vindhyas and Satpuras in the rift where Narmada river flows, these Vindhyas and Satpuras now are being connected and called as block mountains. They are very, 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 very important. Narmada river flows in between. Narmada river which originates from Amarkantak plateau in the Maikal ranges. So from there we would be having the question. And one more thing is this particular Satpuras, जो विंध्यास हैं, विंध्यास एंड सतपुरास, विंध्यास extend from Gujarat to Bihar, and बिहार में ये जो विंध्यास हैं, these particular Vindhyas in this particular Bihar, they are called as Kaimur Hills. Do remember this particular point. So these Vindhyas location into Bihar are called as Kaimur Hills और बर्मर हिल्स, ये उसका नाम है विंध्यास का. कायमूर हिल्स और बर्मर हिल्स. सो विंध्यास, कायमूर हिल्स एंड बर्मर हिल्स, है ना. एंड सतपुरास which are there, these Satpuras are 7 group of mountains. If you see to the south of Vindhyas, we have 7 mountainous ranges. Ajanta range, Maikal range, Mahadev range, Gavilgad hills. All these hilly ranges which are to the south of Vindhyas, they become part of Satpuras, Satpuras. So chances of getting the question from this: which of the following mountains falls under the Satpuran ranges? Tilak, I can't extend this map, है ना. Yes, Charita, see, इसको हम zoom नहीं कर सकते. You have to zoom the video and see. जो पिक्चर अवेलेबल है within the online availability. So Google Maps में all these are not mentioned. We might have took it from Google Maps, है ना. Google Maps को लेके उसमें elaborate करके दिखा सकते हैं, but you will not find all these key elements on it. Are you getting this? Which are necessary for UPSC. These images we have taken it from the internet, so we can't zoom it. You have to zoom the screen and see. That is the only possible way. So जितना सी अगर होता हम zoom करें, obviously हम आपको मालवा प्लेट्यू लेके जाके बताते थे. So make sure that you zoom the screen a bit and you can check it out. Okay. So Vindhyas and Satpuras याद रख लो. And here near to this particular Jharkhand region, Chota Nagpur plateau. See, people who are live, sitting along with me live, please open your atlas, है ना. Please open your atlas and try to mark them in your atlas, or else note them in a book. Note them and mark them later. Mark them later. Note them and mark them later. Do any of this. Direct mark in atlas or directly note them and later on make them. Okay. Got this point clear? Everyone clear with this? So please respond. One way communication होगा तो अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. जो है आपको डाउट्स जो भी हैं आप लिखते जाइए लाइव चैट पे. I'll be helping you. So I'll be helping you. Doubts जितने भी हैं. And you have Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. Western Ghats which are there, they are continuous mountainous ranges along this region. Western and Eastern Ghats. तो Western Ghats जो हैं इसका extension जो है, it happens, Western Ghats extension happens from Gujarat to Tamil Nadu. Western Ghats जो हैं, they are the examples of block mountains. So within the Deccan Plateau, Western Ghats which are there, Western Ghats which are there, they are called as Sahyadris, and these Western Ghats are extended in and around Gujarat, Maharashtra. Western Ghats extended in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Gujarat में भी हैं, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So entirely these particular Western Ghats, please clear this, make sure that you remember this please. are extended in Tamil Nadu. Just people think that they extend from Maharashtra to Kerala. No. Tamil Nadu and Gujarat also included in the distribution of Western Ghats. Tilak, we also have a separate map for the soils, okay? So at the end session, we have a separate picture resembling the soil. Please, you have to wait until that particular soil picture comes. I have covered that particular soil element also. You have to wait until that particular section, okay? So coming to this Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats, generally, they meet up at one particular point. Eastern Ghats which are there, so these particular Eastern Ghats, they are fold mountain sections, but they are discontinued mountain ranges. And these particular Eastern Ghats which are there, clear, they are discontinued mountain ranges. Eastern Ghats location which is there, they are discontinued mountain ranges, you know. So they are not like these particular mountains. Ye discontinued hai. Eastern Ghats which are there. And these Eastern Ghats are called up with different names. That is where you have to remember. But most important point is, these Eastern Ghats, they come in contact with Western Ghats at one particular location which you have to remember. That is Nilgiri Hills. So यहाँ पे जो हम नीलगिरी हिल्स देख रहे हैं, this particular Nilgiris is the place where Western and Eastern Ghats come into picture. And after this particular Nilgiri Hills, Western Ghats radiates into different states, into different branches. Like these particular Nilgiris, after Western Ghats entering into Nilgiris, these Western Ghats enter into Tamil Nadu, Western Ghats enter into Kerala, Western Ghats reach up to Kanyakumari belt. So those which entered Tamil Nadu, they are called as Palani Hills. Those Western Ghats after Nilgiri Hills entering into Tamil Nadu are called as Palani Hills. Those Western Ghats which enter into Kerala, they are called as Annamalai Hills. Okay. Those Western Ghats which enter to that particular zone of Kanyakumari, they are called as Cardamom Hills. So Nilgiri Hills, Palani Hills, Annamalai Hills, Cardamom Hills. And now the question rises like, sir, which is the highest peak of Western Ghats? Many people say it as Doda Betta, but Doda Betta is not the highest peak. It is Anaimudi which is the highest peak, because Annamalai Hills which are there, they are part of this particular Western Ghats itself. That's why Annamalai Hills, as they are part of Western Ghats, the Anaimudi which is there, that is the highest peak which is there. So Anaimudi, it is the highest peak of Western Ghats. Do remember this. Okay. Coming to the highest peak of Eastern Ghats, many people say it as Mahendragiri, but it's not Mahendragiri. So it is the location which is present near to the Araku location, which is called as Armakonda. That is the highest peak of this particular Eastern Ghats. It is not Mahendragiri. It is not Mahendragiri. So yes, soils explain करता हूँ. Class timings, generally these particular map based timings which are there, we are going to do 3 parts in it. But any topic to be made from our side where you are having doubts, clear, that you can comment so that we will make a video on it. Sir, what is the impact of weather to the gap mountains located in Eastern Ghats? There is no impact of weather. These particular gaps which are there, they are created by river. So those particular Bay of Bengal branch, the monsoonal branch which generally comes, it doesn't allow generally to enter into the direction of India, but some of the branches of monsoons try to enter into Arunachal Pradesh through Eastern Ghats, and these gaps doesn't allow the connection of orographic nature. So as we have absence of orographic rainfall, these particular Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Odisha, they experience least rainfalls during the monsoons. Are you getting this, Tilak? So monsoonal impact would be there due to the gaps. So Western Ghats, which are continuous in nature, they doesn't create any kind of impact. They give huge obstruction and they tend to create precipitation in that particular region. Any doubts on this? Clear? Done. So make sure that you remember all these particular aspects. And my guess is like these Eastern Ghats are called up with different names in different regions. If you see in Tamil Nadu, Chevroy Hills, Javedi Hills, Andhra Pradesh में enter होते ही पालकोंडा, नल्लामल्ला, है ना, moving further they are called as different names. So try to recognize these particular hill range names which are there. So different names of Eastern Ghats are also important. So which are called as Simhachalam Hills, which are called as Seshachalam Hills, Nallamalla Hills, Velkonda Ranges, Palkonda Ranges, Javedi, Chevroy Hills. So until this Eastern Ghats extension extending from Odisha to that of Nallamalla Hill, Nilgiri Hills, we might get this particular question. But they won't ask this question directly. What they would be doing is they would be asking question like, if you are traveling from Chennai to Kolkata along the coast, you will pass Eastern Ghats, and while passing the Eastern Ghats, what are the mountain ranges which you will come across from first to last? तो ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछेगा. नहीं तो they will give the set of mountains, Nilgiri Hills, Cardamom Hills, Annamalai Hills, Palani Hills, and they will ask you to arrange from north to south or south to north. As I have said, they would be asking question along Karakoram range, Ladakh range, Jaskar range, Kailash range. So there might be a chance of asking the question in the down south mountainous ranges. Do remember this points. And already I have said Meghalaya में जो hill ranges हैं, इसको already मैंने बोला westernward Garo, Khasi, Jaintia. So they might ask this question: Garo, Khasi, Jaintia hills which are there in the Meghalaya region, arrange them from east to west or west to east. Got this point clear? So coming to this particular coastal plains, these coastal plains are also very important. So this particular coastal plain which is there in and around Gujarat, clear, it is called as Kathiawar plain, known for tides and all. Maharashtra and Goa are known for huge commercial activity, imports and exports. Very high container ports are present in Maharashtra. The Mumbai port, Navasheva port, Jawaharlal Nehru port, and Goa mein Panaji port, Marmagoa port, very, very important for iron exports, very important for huge crude oil imports to the Maharashtra location. कर्नाटका में जो है like the coastal plain, इसको हम कटियावार प्लेन बोलते हैं. महाराष्ट्र गोवा प्लेन which is there, which is called as Konkan coast, है ना, due to the Konkani language influence over there, इसको हम Konkan coast बोलते हैं. And Karnataka coast, it is called as Canara coast. Along this Canara coast, we have Sharavati river flowing into it, and Jog falls or Gerasoppa falls which are there, they are created along this particular Karnataka coast. Kerala coast which is there, it is called as Malabar coast, which is very, very important. So the entire west coast of India which is there, that is the coast of emergence. But it is only the coast of Kerala which is the entire west coast of India, it is coast of the submergence. Only the coast of Kerala, which is the example of emergent coast, Malabar coast. This is very famous for lagoons, backwaters, jo locally kayals bolte hain. And we have huge Ramsar sites over here. Vembanad Lake, Sastamkota, Ashtamudi, very important in Kerala. Chances are there the question would come from Ramsar sites also. And this particular side, agar aap dekhenge, Odisha coast which is there, it is also called as Utkal coast. Odisha coast is called as Utkal coast. Along this Utkal coast, the Mahanadi river creates delta. And along this particular one of the deltaic banks, river banks itself, Puri Jagannath temple is in use. तो Puri Jagannath temple जो है ये महानदी basin पे ही है. And that particular Puri temple is in use because for every year the deity in that particular Puri Jagannath temple changes, and last year there has been change, so that is in use as such. And Purinath Jagannath Rath Yatra, which is almost famous in the world, it's clear that has took place. That's why ये Puri Jagannath temple के ऊपर कुछ question आने का chances हैं. And make sure that like along this Odisha coast, as the Mahanadi river creates delta, post this, near to this Odisha coast, we have one island which is called as Wheeler Island. So Wheeler Island, it's a missile testing center of DRDO located along this particular Odisha coast. And Kachachibu Island, which is there between India and Sri Lanka, वो भी न्यूज में था along this eastern coast. तो व्हीलर आइलैंड एंड कच्चजीबू आइलैंड ये न्यूज में था. So make sure that you remember this particular segment. Along with that, Andhra Pradesh coast जो है, this is also very important, which is called as Northern Sarkar coast. यहाँ पे interestingly two rivers, that is Godavari and Krishna rivers, create delta. Very fertile land it creates in between them, which is called as Pattisima location. And this particular coast, in between these two deltas, we have one particular lake called as Koleru Lake, which is a freshwater lake. In the similar way, Odisha coast will also have one lake called as Lake Pulicat. So यहाँ पे Lake Pulicat, sorry, Lake Chilka, Odisha coast Lake Chilka, Odisha coast Lake Chilka, Odisha coast Lake Chilka, यहाँ पे Lake Koleru and तमिलनाडु पे Lake Pulicat, है ना, between तमिलनाडु and आंध्र प्रदेश, ये याद रखो, ठीक है. And तमिलनाडु coast, very interestingly, it is known for winter rainfalls. Generally, Tamil Nadu coast experience, as when we have the moment of monsoon parallel to the eastern coast of India, we doesn't experience any kind of monsoonal rainfalls here. So this particular region shall be experiencing the rainfall from the retreating monsoon session. That's why during November, December, January, अगर आप तमिलनाडु में जाएंगे, you will be finding huge amount of precipitational patterns which are developed in this particular location. Getting this point, everyone? Clear? People who are live, any doubt? अगर कोई doubt है, please do drop it in the live chat session. I'll be helping you through that particular doubts. So chances are there, the question which is there regarding with this particular islands would be coming. So islands में Lakshadweep group of islands which are there, which is of coral origin. You know about coral polyps, right? So these coral polyps, generally they secrete the lime from the oceanic water and they construct a skeleton, and these corals live in colonies together, and these particular skeletons build up like a coral reef like structure, and generation by generation this reef grows, which acts as one of the most important ecosystems, where these particular coral reefs generation by generation, when they are generated, even they transform as these particular islands. And hence these Lakshadweep group of islands which are there, they have been formed because of these particular coral polyps, and they are the resultant of coral reefing. Okay, so chances are there question from Lakshadweep might come. So Lakshadweep में 97% Muslim population है, so which is known for palm and coconut cultivation. Lakshadweep which is there, they are called up with the different island groups. Northern island group को Amindivi island, and central island group जो है इसको कार्डमम आइलैंड, एंड सदर्न आइलैंड ग्रुप को मिनिकॉय आइलैंड बोलते हैं. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, क्लियर. अमिनदीवी है ना, अमिनदीवी मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट ग्रुप ऑफ आइलैंड्स व्हिच वी हैव. सो but most interestingly, if there is any question which is going to come from this particular Lakshadweep, Amindivi, Kaveri, which is a capital of this particular region, question आएगा यहाँ से. Generally the entire Lakshadweep and this Minicoy single group of island is divided through one particular water channel which is called as 9-degree channel. So Lakshadweep is dividing itself with Minicoy group of island through 9-degree channel. This is one of the important aspects which you have to focus. And the entire Lakshadweep or Minicoy group of island which is there, that Minicoy group of island separates from Maldives through this particular 8-degree channel. So you just remember these particular segments: 9-degree channel and 8-degree channel. 9-degree channel and 8-degree channel, very very important. 9-degree channel and 8-degree channel. At this point, 9-degree channel and 8-degree channel. This is very very important. Chances are very great that questions would be coming from this. So iske baad we have Kachativu Island which is in news. So which is located very closer to Rameshwaram. So Sri Lanka and India are trying to have a greater dominance on this particular Kachativu Island. You know about this Jaffna, right? Where we have the Tamils, Sri Lankan Tamils who generally live in this Jaffna region. So इसके बीच में Jaffna and Rameshwaram के बीच में we have this Kachativu Island, where Sri Lankan government wants its dominance and Indian government wants its dominance. So यहाँ से ये कच्छतीवु island जो है, so it is located along Park Strait. So there might be a question. Strait का मतलब you know right, a water passage which generally divides two land masses. Yes, exactly, LTTE. So it's a hub of LTTE जो Family Man web series में भी हम देखे थे, the lady Samantha who have acted in it. And coming to Andaman Nicobar Islands, इसमें you have to remember few points. One is Andaman and Little Andaman. Generally, Andaman which is divided, it is divided as North Andaman, Middle Andaman, South Andaman. So this North, Middle, South Andaman is divided with Little Andaman through one particular passage called as Duncan's Passage. Do remember this point. The Andaman Nicobar group of islands, they are dividing this Little Andaman with one particular passage, Duncan Passage, and the entire Andaman group is divided with Nicobar group with this particular channel. So how we have seen the 9-degree, in the similar way, here we have 10-degree channel. How we have seen the 9-degree, here we have 10-degree channel. Here we have 10-degree channel. Got this point clear? Everyone clear with this? 10-degree channel, very, very important. 10-degree channel, है ना? And Indira Point, which is the southernmost point of India, that is located to the south of this particular Andaman Nicobar group of island. And Port Blair, which is the capital of Andaman, it is located to the south of Andaman. And along this Andaman, we have two volcanic islands. One is Norcondam, attached with North Andaman, Barren Island, attached with Middle Andaman. You remember these particular two volcanic island locations also. These volcanic island locations are also very, very important. Chances are very great that questions would be coming from this particular volcanic group of islands. So moving further, the important rivers which are there, so their particular locational aspects are very, very important. So Indus River जो है, it originates from Mansarovar Lake. So Mansarovar Lake का location, Mansarovar Lake location is very, very important. Clear, which is located in Tibet. And Indus River flows between Ladakh and Jaskar Range. That location is important. Already I have said, Indus River moves into India between Ladakh and Jaskar Range. You do remember this point. And Indus River is added by some tributaries. Their location of tributaries are also very important. You know how the tributaries are, right? So in this particular location, Shok as a tributary adds to this Indus region at Skardu location. Shok is joined at Skardu, that is important. Jaskar range joins along Leh, so hence Leh is important. Skardu bhi important hai, Leh bhi important hai. So Leh as a location and Skardu as a location are very, very important as such. And if you could see this particular Gilgit river which is joining Indus, it is joining at Nanga Parbat location. So Nanga Parbat location bhi बहुत important hai. So do remember, they might give you these particular locational aspects, and ये सारे न्यूज में रहेंगे obviously. So there are greater chances that you would be getting the questions. तो अगर आप आगे जाके देखेंगे, Jhelum river which is there, that Jhelum river originates near to Srinagar, hence Srinagar location is important. So Srinagar ka locational aspect is very, 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 very important. Try to see it at which east or west corner. They might give you these cities, New Delhi, Amritsar, Srinagar, Chandigarh, and ask you to arrange from west to east or from east to west. That's the reason why I'm saying all these particular important locations. And this particular Jhelum river which would be there, that Jhelum river merges, it is not going to merge with Indus river. Rather, Jhelum merges with Chenab river. Do remember this at a Trimmu location. So Trimmu is also very, very important. Jhelum is going to merge with this particular Chenab river at a Trimmu location. One more locational aspect is very important. Where is it is like once it originates from Verinag, Srinagar, this Jhelum river enters into one particular lake called as Wooler Lake. Hence, Wooler Lake is very, very important. Recently, Wooler Lake was in news because of the human activities, global warming. This Wooler Lake news mein tha, so chances are there question would be coming. And also this Chenab River, already मैंने बताया, Chenab originates from two different locations. One is Jojila Pass and one is Baralapchala Pass. Already I've shown you the two passes location. This Chenab River moving into the Pakistan, this particular Chenab River moves further to this Chenab from south. Ravi River, which originates from Rohtang Pass, joins near one particular location in Pakistani Punjab called as Rangpur, Pakistani Punjab. Pakistan Punjab, it is also very, very important. Pakistan Punjab बहुत बहुत important है, ये याद रख लो थोड़ा. And since this from same location where the Ravi River originates, we shall be having Bias River which originates, where we have like this Bias River generally doesn't enter into Pakistan, it enters into Sutlej River, and this Bias River moves into Sutlej at Harike location. So Harike location bhi बहुत बहुत important है. So Harike location which is there, that is also very, very important. And Jhelum River, it creates 170 kilometer boundary, and Islamabad is located adjacently exactly on the banks of this Jhelum River. And this Sutlej River, already I have mentioned, it originates from Mansarovar Lake. Sutlej River enters into India from Shipkila Pass, and this Sutlej River has Bakran Angal Dam, which is located, which is the highest masonry dam into India. After mixing the waters with this particular by Bias River, this Sutlej River creates 120 kilometer boundary between India and Pakistan, and it enters into Pakistan, and finally it makes the Sutlej Chenab waters to be mixed into it. Then it shall be called as Panjnath. Finally, it enters into Indus River just near to Mitan Court location, and finally Indus River flows into the Arabian Sea by creating these particular regions. And see, Hyderabad, which is located in Pakistan, एक Hyderabad India में है, एक Hyderabad Pakistan में, that Hyderabad is located exactly on the bank of this particular Indus River. Are you getting this point? Clear? So ये key important junction points map पे याद रखना बहुत बहुत important है. Okay. Same like these particular Ganga river का जो mapping है, this is also very important. Everyone know Ganga is the largest and longest river which we have, but we don't know what is happening along the Ganga river upstream. Okay, see, Ganga river originates as Bhagirathi from Gangotri. See, these are Chardham, 1, 2, 3, 4. इसको हम चारधाम यात्रा बोलते हैं. When we finish this particular 4 pilgrimage visit, उसको चारधाम यात्रा बोलते हैं. So people tend to go to this. From that Chardham, Gangotri location से एक river stream start होगा, उसको Bhagirathi बोलते हैं. And this Bhagirathi river is mixed with one particular river stream called as Alaknanda, where both of these river streams are joining at Devprayag. So ये जो Bhagirathi and Alaknanda, when they would be mixed, then it shall be called as Devprayag. So from this Devprayag, it is called as river Ganga. उससे पहले गंगा नहीं बोलते हैं, बोलते होंगे, but Bhagirathi is the stream which is present over there. But along with Devprayag, upstream to this particular Devprayag, we have many prayags which are located. Chances are very great that question would be coming from these particular prayag locations. अगर आप देखेंगे Alaknanda river which is there, this Alaknanda river would be mixed with one particular river called as Dauli Ganga. In the first, Alaknanda originates from Badrinath, है ना? So it is mixed with Dauli Ganga river. इसका location बोलते हैं विष्णु प्रयाग. Do remember this. Post that, Nandakini river, Nandakini, first Nandakini joins to this Alaknanda from the left bank, and it is joining the Alaknanda location at second Prayag called as Nand Prayag. Okay, post this we have Pindar Ganga joining this Alaknanda from the left again called as Karna Prayag. So Dauli Ganga, Nandakini, Pindar Ganga, once it is joined. From Kedarnath we have Mandakini river which comes and mixes with this Alaknanda at Rudraprayag. केदारनाथ में अपने शिव जी हैं तो इसीलिए रुद्रप्रयाग, मतलब ऐसा याद रख लो, है ना? विष्णु प्रयाग, नंद प्रयाग, कर्ण प्रयाग, रुद्र प्रयाग. Then after mixing with all streams, Alaknanda waits here for Bhagirathi to join. And when Bhagirathi joins it from at Devprayag, it is called as river Ganga. So many people who ever try to read this particular Ganga river stream, तो downstream पढ़ेंगे, इसका upstream छोड़ेंगे. So from one of the Chardham Yatra Yamunotri, we would be having the Yamuna river which starts. So the Yamuna river, which is very important, that originates from this particular Yamuna region, Yamunotri, Yamuna river. Okay. So generally people tend to read the downstream of Ganga, like where the Ganga river has matching. So is Ganga river में key map points which you have to remember is one particular region where Yamuna is joining. ये एक particular map pointing location है, like where Yamuna joins this Ganga river at Allahabad. And Ram Ganga जो गंगा को join हो रहा है Kanauj location. Historically this is very important. This is one pointer location which you have to remember. And Gomti river, which is also a tributary. So on this particular we have Lucknow, which is the capital city of Uttar Pradesh. And on this Gagda river basin we have Ayodhya. So this Gagda river has some tributaries like Sarda, Sariyu and Rapti. So on this particular tributary regions we have Ayodhya, जहाँ पे recently राम मंदिर बना था. So राम भगवान जो हैं, जो अयोध्या में अभी he is waiting for giving blessings to us. So वो गागड़ा river के ऊपर है ना. And this particular Son river which is joining, Son river, Gagda river, Gandak, they join very closer to this Ganga and they join near closer to this Patna stream. So on this particular Ganga river we have Patna, Allahabad and directly Kanauj is located. Once you come to the greatest tributary of Ganga, one more location is there. On Yamuna river we have different, like उसको क्या बोलते हैं, cities. एक तो पहला इंडिया का कैपिटल दिल्ली, सेकंड मथुरा कृष्ण जन्मस्थल एंड थर्ड आगरा जो शाहजहां ने मुमताज के लिए जो ताजमहल बनाए थे. सो ऑल दीज थ्री, दिल्ली, मथुरा, आगरा आर लोकेटेड ऑन दिस, है ना. सो ये इंपॉर्टेंट की लोकेशंस है. एंड आफ्टर दिस फरक्का बैरेज, ये फरक्का बैरेज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो आफ्टर दिस फरक्का बैरेज, already in IRP impact revision sessions are going on at Ekam IAS Academy. Impact revision sessions IRP के नाम पे we have dealt everything which has been started since May 5th to May 26th 2024. We have started IRP impact revision program. क्लियर. उसमें ज्योग्राफी का भी मैंने 4 क्लासेस लिए थे, वहां पे आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड यू रिगार्डिंग विद द ट्रिब्यूटरीज. अगर आपको यहाँ पे कुछ डाउट है, इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट्स रिगार्डिंग विद दिस पर्टिकुलर रिवर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटरीज, गो ट्राई टू वॉच दोस पर्टिकुलर इम्पैक्ट रिविजन सेशंस व्हिच आई हैव मेड on this particular Indian geography. Okay, so ये जो location है, this is Farakka, and from this Farakka location itself, so Farakka barrage है, यहाँ से we would be having one distributary entering into the West Bengal called as Hooghly and one distributary entering into Bangladesh called as Padma. So these are the most important key points which you have to remember. ये तो याद रखना ही रखना है. चारधाम locations very very important. So make sure that you remember these particular tributaries. तो geography में पढ़ेंगे ही पढ़ेंगे, but these particular locations which are there, they are highly important. Okay. And coming to this particular Brahmaputra river, they originate from Che Mayangdung glacier. इसका origin point important, and it enters this particular Arunachal Pradesh at Namcha Barwa. ये भी बहुत important है. And from Sadia Valley in this particular Assam region, Sadia location is very important on this because that is the place from where we call it as Brahmaputra river. And Brahmaputra river has different names. Already I have said it in the impact revision session. So please try to refer to the IRP sessions, impact revision sessions. वहाँ पे मैंने बताया. And इस particular Brahmaputra river जो है, it is very very important. chances are very great tributaries के ऊपर क्वेश्चन आने का chances है. So make sure that you remember this particular tributaries. इसमें तीस्ता as a tributary, मानस very important. ये मानस tributary जो है it is attached with मानस national park. क्वेश्चन मानस नेशनल पार्क पे आने का चांसेस भी हैं. एंड ऑन ब्रह्मपुत्रा रिवर वी आल्सो हैव काजीरंगा नेशनल पार्क. ये दोनों जो असम में हैं दे आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. तो ये मैं एनवायरनमेंट में बताऊंगा आपको. कल जो मैपिंग होगा द नेक्स्ट थर्ड पार्ट ऑफ द मैपिंग दैट वुड बी ऑन द एनवायरनमेंट मैपिंग. चांसेस वुड बी वेरी ग्रेट. आई विल बी एक्सप्लेनिंग इट देयर. सो ये लोकेशंस जो है आपको याद रखना जरूरी है. चेमांगदुंग ग्लेशियर याद रख लो, नामचा बरवा लोकेशन, एंड वंस इट एंटर्स इनटू बांग्लादेश कहाँ पे सुंदरबन डेल्टा, ये थोड़ा याद रख लो, है ना. And you see we have Hirakud dam which is located on the Mahanadi river. अगर महानदी रिवर के ऊपर आप देखेंगे we have Hirakud dam which is located. Mahanadi river originates from दंडकारण्य region, छत्तीसगढ़. छत्तीसगढ़ में ओरिजिनेट होंगे, उड़ीसा में फ्लो होंगे, बट it is also having its basin extension in Madhya Pradesh, basin extension in Maharashtra, clear, and some ports of Jharkhand also. So Hirakud dam which is located. So and moving down south, ये देखो चिल्का लेक महानदी बेसिन पे ही है. Already I have said this particular statement. So Raipur, which is one of the most important cities. Along with that we have Cuttack and Raipur. ये दोनों cities का location very very important. Cuttack and Raipur cities जो हैं, these particular Cuttack and Raipur as a cities, they are very very important. Cuttack and Raipur, they are very very important. Clear? Godavari river also very very important. So Godavari river में ये जो कालेश्वरम प्रोजेक्ट है, where this particular Pranahita river would be joining. Pranahita joining this particular Godavari river at this particular Kaleshwaram region. ये बहुत important है. Godavari originates from one important point, Nasik, है ना, Nasik location. So from this particular Nasik, यहाँ पे Trayambakeshwar plateau. So this is going to have the origin of Godavari river. This is having to have the origin of Godavari river. Very very important. Godavari river Nasik के ऊपर है ना. So this Godavari river entering into this particular states of Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh. So ये कालेश्वरम के ऊपर क्वेश्चन आने का चांसेस है. And we have Eturi Nagaram Wildlife Sanctuary. So this February we had the largest tribal festival Samaka Saraka Jatra. So वो Samaka Saraka Jatra जो है वो एटूरी नागारम के पास में है. So that particular Samaka Saraka Jatra के ऊपर कुछ क्वेश्चन आने का चांसेस हैं. So and this particular what's called as Godavari river moves further, है ना. Moving further at particular Rajamandri, clear, above Rajamandri we have Polavaram project which is in news. Polavaram project which Andhra Pradesh government is trying since 2014, clear, to construct it and give the benefits to its farmers. That particular Polavaram project is located at the downstream of this Godavari river. And Dhavaleshwaram project post that, before creation of delta, Dhavaleshwaram project उसको Sir Arthur Cotton Bridge भी बोलते हैं. So that Dhavaleshwaram project is also in news. So Dhavaleshwaram, Polavaram, कालेश्वरम, तो यहां से कुछ आने का चांसेस है. पोलवरम एंड कालेश्वरम प्रोजेक्ट्स which gives benefit to the farmers, clear, which constantly is in news, is located in which of the following regions? तो ये आंसर बनेगा. So whenever you are reading these particular river systems, just don't only read the tributaries, read where the tributaries are joining when the tributaries are important, and also read where the tributaries are originating, and try to see the most important projects which are located on it, and along with what are the protected areas. तो यहाँ पे मैं बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ प्रोटेक्टेड एरियाज के ऊपर, बिकॉज इन द एनवायरमेंट एंटायरली आई हैव टू स्पीक अबाउट दीज पर्टिकुलर प्रोटेक्टेड एरियाज, so I am not focusing upon what the protected areas are, but make sure that you get a question regarding with this. Clear? So river system and having the connection with that protected areas, chances are great that you would be getting a question. People who are live, any doubts which you have? People जो live में बैठे हैं, if you have any doubts, please let me know. If you have any doubts as such, please let me know. Clear? Done. So in the similar way, the Krishna river which is there, Krishna river generally originates from Jor village, सतारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट. अब तक आंसर नहीं आया आपके पास से. सतारा रेंज, सतारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट जो है, सो नियर महाबलेश्वर. So Mahabaleshwar जो location है, it is very important. Once it originates in this particular Maharashtra region, it flows into Karnataka, then into Telangana, then into Andhra Pradesh. So it is very, very important. Two important projects are located on this particular Krishna river. One particular project is Nagarjun Sagar project, which is downstream. One is Sri Salem project. So these particular two projects were in use. Nagarjun Sagar left canal provides water. This Krishna river provides water to the Hyderabad city from this left canal. So Nagarjun Sagar project, Sri Salem project are most important. Almatti project is also important. Jurala project also important. So the Sri Salem project and Nagarjun Sagar project are located on which of the following river? Simple answer, Krishna. See, as people from South India know about this river, it is easy for them. But think about the people who are coming from Uttarakhand, Arunachal Pradesh, वो उतना important, easy नहीं है. So you have to remember it at any cost. Clear? So Prakasham barrage, clear, along the Vijayawada, जो Durga Mata का शक्तिपीठ है. So where mother goddesses live. So that particular Vijayawada is very important. Along that particular region, we have this particular Prakasham barrage, and Musi river on which Hyderabad is located. That Musi becomes the tributary of this particular Krishna river. So these are the important key locations you have to follow. And along this particular Krishna basin, Pune as a city, very important city, comes into picture. Hyderabad comes into picture in this basin. Vijayawada comes into picture in this basin. So please try to remember these particular key cities. Chances are there, they might ask you relation with the connectiveness of the cities. Greater chances are there we can get it. Okay. अब आता है कावेरी रिवर सिस्टम से. कावेरी रिवर ओरिजिनेट्स फ्रॉम दिस लोकेशन. ये लोकेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. ताल कावेरी, ब्रह्मगिरी हिल्स, ब्रह्मगिरी हिल्स ऑफ वेस्टर्न घाट्स in Coorg or Kodagu district. तो ये ब्रह्मगिरी हिल्स, ताल कावेरी, very, very important location. So moving further, this particular Kaveri river, it enters into the what's so called as Tamil Nadu location at one important location, Shivasamudram waterfall. Shivasamudram waterfall. This is also one important aspect. So this year there is a greater chance that questions regarding with this particular Shivasamudram waterfall might come into picture. And Grand Anicut, clear, which is constructed, it is located on this particular Kaveri river, and the Kaveri delta which is created, that is quadrilateral in nature, and this Kaveri delta region is known for huge amount of benefit. So Coimbatore as a city, Chennai as a city, and Bangalore as an just outcut of this particular regions fall along this particular basin. तो इसका tributaries बहुत important बनेंगे. जो कावेरी रिवर का tributaries हैं important बनेंगे. मैपिंग सेक्शन में ये की पॉइंट्स याद रख लो. मेरा गेस है लाइक शिवसमुद्रम वाटरफॉल, इसके ऊपर से क्वेश्चन आने का चांसेस है. ओके, सो ये वेस्ट फ्लोइंग लोकेशंस आल्सो इंपॉर्टेंट, वेस्ट फ्लोइंग रिवर्स का इंपॉर्टेंट लोकेशंस है। इसमें लोकेशन नंबर 1 Aravallis. Luni river originate from Aravallis. Sabarmati is originating from Aravalli, almost closer to this Aravallis. ये थोड़ा north and ये थोड़ा south में. So Mahi river, it originates from Vindhyas, है ना? Narmada and Tapti, they originate. Narmada originates from Amarkantak plateau. जो सोन रिवर है गंगा का, वो सोन रिवर जो ओरिजिनेट होता है गंगा का अमरकंटक प्लेट्यू, फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर माइकाल रेंज अमरकंटक प्लेट्यू वी हैव ओरिजिन ऑफ दिस नर्मदा रिवर. ताप्ती रिवर which is there, it originates from Betul plateau, same Maikal range, Betul plateau and around that Maikal range itself. So the locations which you have to remember is नर्मदा रिवर के ऊपर धुआंधार waterfall, धुआंधार waterfall, and this Tapti location and Narmada location के बीच में अगर आप देखेंगे, between Narmada, as I've already said, Narmada river flows between Vindhyas and Satpuras, ये याद रख लो. Tapti river which is there, that is located between Satpuras and Ajanta hills. These two rivers generally flow in Rift Valley. One more river flows in Rift Valley, that is Damodar river. वो Rift Valley भी याद रख लो थोड़ा. And if you could see the Sabarmati river, Ahmedabad city, Ahmedabad is just located on this Ahmedabad, तो ये थोड़ा याद रख लो. Luni river, it enters into the northern salt marshes, it doesn't enter, तो ये run of Kutch है. Run of Kutch location very important. Run of Kutch location very important, where Luni river merges. But if you could see Sabarmati, Mahi, Narmada, Tapti, these particular 4 to 5 rivers, the Shettrunji river in Gujarat, the Badra river, the Dadar river, they tend to enter into one important location, which is a water body, which is called as Gulf of Kambat. Very important water body location of India, which is also known for huge tides and tidal ranges, and also known as the entry point of these particular river systems. And Narmada and Tapti river, they doesn't create deltas, as we have seen the deltaic formation in the eastern flowing rivers. The west flowing rivers, they create estuaries. In one such kind of Narmada estuarine region, we have one particular island which is very important, that is Alia Bet. Alia But नहीं है, Alia Bet, one of the important islands where petroleum is very very high. So you have to remember, and rest of the rivers भी थोड़ा बहुत याद रख लो. Mandovi, Zuwari, Kali Nadi, Sharavati, Bharatpuzha, Periyar, Pamba. In my guess is like this year the question is going to come from this particular west flowing rivers. यहाँ पे आप क्या, like what he would be doing is, he would give you these particular rivers and ask you to arrange from north to south. As you don't have higher concentration on west flowing rivers of India, so you shall be confused in this particular regard. तो ये थोड़ा याद रख लो. Chances are very great question would come. So Aravallis is also one point which you have to remember. तो Aravallis जो हैं, so यहाँ से साबरमती रिवर, बनास रिवर and Luni river, है ना, 3 directions में 3 rivers generally originate. Aravallis are the origin point for Sabarmati, Banas and Luni river. ये location भी बहुत important है. Chances are great that they would be asking which of the following rivers originate from Aravallis. तो Luni, Banas, Sabarmati. You do remember this, okay? And coming to the natural vegetation part, natural vegetation is nothing but that particular element of growth of forestry naturally is called as natural vegetation. So in India, if you see certain locations like western side of Western Ghats, this is the location, and certain parts of northeastern states in India which will be having tropical evergreen forestries. You know, the reason behind it is like, as this particular regions receive more than 350 centimeters of rainfall, we shall be experiencing the tropical evergreen forestries in this particular zone. Do remember this point, it is very very important. And tropical moist deciduous and semi evergreen, ये दोनों का अगर आप डिफरेंस देखें, These semi-evergreen forest trees, they generally act as transition zone between tropical semi-evergreen and moist deciduous के बीच में semi wet evergreen and deciduous के बीच में semi evergreen. It means semi evergreen are attached to this particular zone where evergreen is present. अगर आप tropical moist deciduous देखेंगे, this is the zone, tropical moist deciduous. है ना, this is the entire zone, tropical moist deciduous. Generally when deciduous come into picture, deciduous का मतलब होता है those trees which generally shed their leaves in order to overcome the drought or dry like conditions. And in India, this moist deciduous forestry, they cover 37%. That is the reason why moist deciduous forestry, see this particular greener block which is there, ये जो लोकेशन है यहाँ पे, so certain regions, so moist deciduous forestry याद रखना, very very important, because out of the 100% of vegetation, moist deciduous cover 37% and tropical dry deciduous they cover 26%. So total it would be 63%. Total it shall be 63%. Total it shall be 63%. Got this point, everyone? Clear? Done? So maximum questions, evergreen, semi-evergreen, moist deciduous. But if they want to ask you some Himalayan region forestry, they would be asking this particular zone, like subtropical coniferous, alpine and subalpine forestry. Clear? Alpine forestries. Generally, tropical vegetations में thorny vegetations you will find here. Clear? Along this particular zone. So along the desert semi-arid location, ये जो yellow region है. So the yellow location, this region is desert where no vegetation is there, but this yellow vegetation, yellow color shaded region, they shall be experiencing the thorny forestry. So in the regions where rainfall is very less. Clear? And Himalayan moist temperate, Himalayan dry temperate, Himalayan subalpine अगर आप देखेंगे, so in those particular regions where we have altitude up to 1000 to 2000 meters, Himalayan moist temperates, थोड़ा ऊपर गए जाएंगे तो Himalayan dry temperate, and और थोड़ा ऊपर elevation में जाएंगे alpine forestries. But these questions generally don't come. The questions are most possibly they would be coming from tropical moist deciduous, evergreen, dry deciduous, thorny forestry. ये याद रख लो इतना. So coming to the soils group, someone has asked already regarding with the soil groups to explain. I think so, Tilak, hope you are aware. So generally soils का map अगर आप देखेंगे, so initially if you see the alluvial soil, so this is the belt of alluvial soil, the Indo-Gangetic plain belt which is there, this entire belt, है ना, this entire belt which I am shading, this is alluvial soil belt. So alluvial soils generally are formed with the deposition made by the rivers. So this is the alluvial soil belt of India. But some alluvial soils are also found in deltaic regions. So alluvial soil, they are formed because of the deposition which is made by the rivers. Alluvial soils, they are the fertile soils, and these particular alluvial soils can grow any number of crops. The characteristic of this alluvial soil is they are loamy in nature. They have high drainage facilities. That's why regular irrigation facilities are required. But these alluvial soils which are there, they are immature and have weak profiles. Why? Because they might have replenished just before, like by the rivers which are coming. So alluvial soils, they are very very important. Alluvial soil belt जो है ये बहुत important है ना. तो फिर नेक्स्ट ब्लैक सॉइल, सेकंड इंपॉर्टेंट सॉइल ग्रुप इन इंडिया. तो ब्लैक सॉइल जनरली जहां पे भी इंडिया में वॉल्केनिक एरप्शन की वजह से डेक्कन प्लेट्यू फॉर्म हुआ, सो अलोंग दिस पर्टिकुलर बेल्ट वी हैव द ब्लैक सॉइल बेल्ट. So in and around Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, along these particular belts we have black soils. Black soils regionally in Maharashtra called as Regur soils. They are also called as cotton soils because cotton is grown in that region. and these black soils, they are having high wet holding capacity. All this I have said in IRP section. तो अगर soils के बारे में if you want to understand deeper, please go and watch the IRP sections made by me on Ekam IAS Academy channel. Ekam IAS Academy पे जो impact revision sessions हो रहे हैं, उसमें IRP में, geography में, Indian geography में soils के बारे में बताया. And desert soils, if you could see the next distribution, तो obviously desert जो भी है यहाँ पे desert soils, they are also called as sandy soils because of the sandy nature which they have. And if you see PT soils, PT or marshy soils are nothing but when there is excess water and the siltation, we shall be having the marsh lands distributed. They are considered as PT soils. They are also important, found along the coastal regions. And mountainous and forest soils generally you see in the higher elevated mountainous regions. Laterite soils you can see in those regions where we have heavy rainfalls. So in the belts where we have excessive rainfalls, along that particular region, the laterite soils are being created. So laterite soils are formed because of the leaching process. When there is heavy rainfall, the nutrients and silica would be washed away. During the washing away of this particular silica and nutrients content, the remnant soil which would be left out, that shall be called as laterite soil. Okay. And the rest of the belt, in the southern Indian pockets, you would be finding the red soil belt. So maximum the red soil is distributed in and around Tamil Nadu location. So in and around Tamil Nadu, we have this particular distribution. Very, very important. Red soils. Red soils. Very, very important. Done. Red soils. Clear. So they are different. They are distributed in different pockets, but in Tamil Nadu, they are excessively distributed. So make sure that you remember the distribution of soils through this particular mapping. तो उसके बाद में जो इंडिया का फूड क्रॉप्स हैं, so most of the rice which you would be seeing, so the rice grows in and around West Bengal, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar belt. So here the rice generally is grown. West Bengal is the leading producer, followed by Punjab, है ना, but Punjab has the highest productivity. So the major crops which shall be grown, ये जो entire belt है, rice belt, and this is wheat belt. The northern and northwestern region is wheat belt, and the southern region millet belt. But accordingly to my sense, राइस के ऊपर या wheat के ऊपर क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछेंगे, because ये सबको पता है. UPSC asked question on tea, coffee, cotton, sugar cane, है ना, has asked question on sunflower, but अब तक UPSC has not asked question on millets, which is the third important food crop in India, है ना. ज्वार, बाजरा, रागी, which are बहुत सारे millets है, but most commonly known millets. तो इसीलिए मुझे लग रहा है कि like इस साल millets के ऊपर क्वेश्चन आने का चांस है. So if you see foxtail millet, है ना, so ज्वार अगर आप देखेंगे, महाराष्ट्र is leading producer for ज्वार. महाराष्ट्र it is leading producer ज्वार में, है ना. So in and around Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Telangana belt, generally jowar would be there. Jowar is mainly grown in Maharashtra, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu. Bajra is grown in Rajasthan, UP, Haryana, Gujarat. That's why ये बाजरे की रोटी, लहसुन की चटनी बहुत फेमस है राजस्थान में. बाजरे की रोटी एंड लहसुन की चटनी. That's why महाराष्ट्र, कर्नाटक में अगर आप जाएंगे, ज्वार की रोटी बनेगा, है ना. So Karnataka is leading producer of ragi, है ना. That's why Raki Sangati and Ragi Mudda are most famous in and around this Karnataka region. Apart from that, millets which I have said, jowar, bajra, ragi, we have foxtail millet, finger millet, barnyard millet, brown top millet, little millet, kodo millet, pearl millet, proso millet. थोड़ा ये pearl millet पे भी ध्यान रखो, like in which regions we shall be having the growth of pearl millet. But most emphasis you please give it on jowar, bajra, ragi, but also fourth millet on which you are going to give the emphasis, that is pearl millet and foxtail millet, है ना. So my guess, question कहाँ से आएगा, what question they would be asking, we don't know. So they might give you the distribution of these, they might give the match the following set on one side and second side वो location दे सकते हैं, and they will ask you to match the following. So give your emphasis on this particular millets. तो कमर्शियल क्रॉप्स पे भी थोड़ा ध्यान दे दो। उत्तर प्रदेश लीडिंग प्रोड्यूसर ऑफ शुगर केन, या इस बेल्ट में शुगर केन ग्रो होगा, सदर्न इंडियन बेल्ट में शुगर केन इज ग्रोन नाइसली. In fact, the South Indian sugar cane has more sucrose content because of the humidity nature. Uttar Pradesh sugar cane does not have that sucrose content, but still most of the sugar mills are present in Uttar Pradesh. But sugar mills have started shifting to the southern region. And cotton growing belt, ये that's why cotton textile industries जो हैं we would be seeing in and around this belt. Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Telangana, these regions are known for cotton. Jute growing belt, most importantly Bihar and West Bengal, they alone contribute for 75-90% of the jute production, Bihar and West Bengal. Tea, Assam and West Bengal. Assam contributes for 51%, West Bengal contributes for 23%. Approximately 84% यही concentrate कर रहे हैं. And South India में थोड़ा बहुत ये नीलगिरी बेल्ट, Western Ghats बेल्ट में टी ग्रो होगा. And coffee, Karnataka is leading producer. So Karnataka, more than 70% of the coffee production of India happens in Karnataka. So 21% of coffee, somewhere 71-72 Karnataka leading, 21% Kerala leading, Tamil Nadu 6%. It means these three states they contribute for 99% of coffee production in India. So ऑलरेडी कॉटन के ऊपर, शुगर केन के ऊपर, टी के ऊपर, कॉफी के ऊपर क्वेश्चन पूछे थे, तो इस पे चांसेस कम है दैट क्वेश्चन वुड बी कमिंग, बट क्वेश्चन टेंड्स टू कम. मेरा इंटेंशन है लाइक एज दे हैव ऑलरेडी आस्क्ड दिस क्वेश्चन इन 2024, चांसेस वुड बी देयर क्वेश्चन पेपर पूरा पलट के देगा, है ना, कंप्लीट ऑपोजिट ऑफ व्हाट एक्सपेक्टेशन पीपल आर डूइंग. सो दैट्स व्हाई मेरा चांस ऑफ मिलेट्स के ऊपर क्वेश्चन है. शुगर बॉल ऑफ इंडिया यूपी, हाँ शुगर बॉल है इंडिया का, है ना. एंड कमिंग टू दिस आयरन ओर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, यहाँ पे आयरन ओर डिपॉजिट्स जो हैं, रिजर्व्स जो हैं, इसमें थोड़ा बहुत आयरन ओर रिजर्व्स, बिकॉज UPSC started asking questions on economic aspect, right? So there are some important locations like झारखंड में देखेंगे सिंगु भूमि, and in Odisha Mayurbhanj, Kiorjar, Joda mines, Mayurbhanj, Kionjar, Joda mines, and Dhalli Rajahara mines in Chhattisgarh, Bail Dilla mines in Chhattisgarh. So ये very important है. This Bail Dilla mine recently was in news. This Bail Dilla mines supplies the iron ore slurry to the Visakhapatnam region. Visakhapatnam region. And Odisha में Mayurbhanj, Kionjar are the locations which you have to remember. Jharkhand में Singhbhumi location. And coming to Karnataka, you can see certain locations which are very important. उसमें कुद्रेमुख, चिकमगलूर, तुमकुर, बेल्लारी, चित्रदुर्ग. गोवा में मर्मगोवा लोकेशन which is very important, नॉर्थ गोवा. महाराष्ट्र में दो लोकेशन है which you have to spot on. One is Ratnagiri, which is very famously known for the iron ore, and Chandrapur. So my guess is like this iron ore के ऊपर questions आने का chances है. So make sure that you see these particular locations in the map. तो कोल माइंस ऑफ इंडिया में से भी क्वेश्चन आने का चांसेस है. इसमें सारे कोल माइंस याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. Those which are statically important should be in your mind, and those which were recently in current वो याद रखना. See, Singrauli coalfield, Madhya Pradesh, Bokero coalfield in and around this Jharkhand, Jaria coalfield Jharkhand, Raniganj coalfield West Bengal, Korba coalfield Chhattisgarh, Talcher coalfield Odisha, Singareni coalfield Andhra Pradesh Telangana, Neyveli coalfield Tamil Nadu. Do remember these particular states: Singrauli, Bokero, Jeria, Raniganj, Korba, Talcher, Singareni, Neyveli. If you take any of these particular 8 coal fields, these 8 coal fields would be in news constantly. No doubt at all. They would be in news constantly. Done. So power plants. न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट्स के ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन आने का चांसेस है, बिकॉज लाइक नाउ इंडिया इज ट्राइंग टू फोकस अपॉन इट्स न्यूक्लियर कैपेसिटी. सो इसमें हरियाणा में है, नरोरा उत्तर प्रदेश में एक पावर प्लांट है. सो इन एंड अराउंड गुजरात कक्रापर, महाराष्ट्र में तरापुर, जैतपुर, आंध्र प्रदेश में कोवाड़ा, तमिलनाडु कलपक्कम, वेस्ट बंगाल हरिपुर, तमिलनाडु में कुंदमकुलम. So make sure that these nuclear power plants which are there, they should be concentrated. तो यहाँ पे मैंने लिस्ट दिया nuclear power plants which are in operation. रवात भट्टा राजस्थान, तारापुर महाराष्ट्र, कुंदनकुलम तमिलनाडु, कक्रापर गुजरात, कलपक्कम तमिलनाडु, नरोरा उत्तर प्रदेश, काइगा कर्नाटका. Which are in under construction. Kakarpar 3 and 4 are in construction. Rawatbata, Kundankulam, Kalpakkam. Planned nuclear points. आगे जाके जो गवर्नमेंट इन्वेस्ट करने वाले हैं, they are these particular. So list. मतलब अगर जो न्यूज में है वहां से क्वेश्चन आएगा और मैच द फॉलोइंग और पेयरिंग में क्वेश्चन आएगा. न्यूक्लियर पावर पॉइंट्स, थर्मल पावर पॉइंट्स तो पावर प्लांट्स जो हैं, we can't remember all the thermal power plants, but nuclear power plants, as they are less, UPSC generally tries to frame a question on this particular nuclear power plant. So chances are very, very great that you would be getting the question on this particular instant. Okay. And some important key elements mein, in the IRP section I have mentioned the critical elements: antimony, beryllium, bismuth, cadmium, cobalt, copper, gallium, germanium, graphite, hafnium, indium, lithium, molybdenum, niobium, nickel, and platinum, palladium, rhodium, ruthenium, iridium, osmium, phosphorus, rare earth elements all जो 17 है, रेनियम, सेलियम, सिलिकॉन, स्ट्रोटियम, टैंटलम, ये टैंटलम न्यूज में था, टेलुरियम, टिन, टाइटेनियम, टंगस्टन, वेनेडियम, जिरकोनियम. ये पूरा मैंने आईआरपी में बोला था. ये कहाँ पे मिलेगा, इफ दे आर फाउंड एनीथिंग रिसेंटली, वहां पे क्वेश्चन आएगा. प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट यू रिमेंबर. तो मेरा जो गेस है इस साल लिथियम रिजर्व्स का जो जम्मू कश्मीर में है, सो अलोंग दिस जम्मू कश्मीर वी हैव दिस लिथियम रिजर्व्स, and this source of this map is taken from Ministry of Mines 2023 में जो रिलीज किए हैं. राजस्थान में लिथियम रिजर्व्स है, झारखंड में लिथियम रिजर्व्स, मेघालय में लिथियम रिजर्व्स, छत्तीसगढ़ में लिथियम रिजर्व्स, नागालैंड, अरुणाचल प्रदेश. So still they are searching. During field season program, GSI have taken underground 18 projects on lithium and associated elements in the states. So the shaded regions in this particular map are the zones where lithium is found. So make sure that you remember these particular shaded regions. In any form the question might come. We can't judge like in which formats the question would be coming. Then make sure that you remember this particular lithium regions. Chances are very great the question would be coming from this. And one particular aspect was in news. That is Sela Pass Tunnel. So which generally connects year-round access to this particular Tawang region. So from Bomdila, year-round access to Tawan. In all weather access, this particular tunnel is very important. इसको हम Sela Pass Tunnel बोलते हैं. Most importantly, it is critical for army movement. As China state claims on Tawang, China took it over in 1962, was returned after the war. So this Tawang is some interesting zone which is present as a conflicting zone between India and China. So movement to China, that particular Tawang region is very important. So this particular Sela Tunnel tends to make a move towards this particular Tanang throughout the year. And by this particular construction of Sela Tunnel, the total time frame which was there, it has been reduced by 1 hour. So greater chances are there the question would be coming from this particular Sela Tunnel. So make sure that you remember this Sela Tunnel. बहुत important है. It is connecting Tawang, Dhirang and Bomdila. Bomdila पास ऑलरेडी मैंने बोला था अरुणाचल प्रदेश के बारे में, ये एक न्यूज में था. So greater chances are there इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आने का. Sela Pass Tunnel, Sela Pass Tunnel. And one more thing was in news, that is the first railway to Sikkim, you know, the new railway platform Rangpo. The railway link will pass through steep terrain of Kanchenjunga mountain range and the Tista river valley. So estimated cost 1300 crore. So Sikkim is a landlocked state with only one major link, the National Highway 10, which closes for days due to landslides. So these particular trains जो किए थे, bringing Sikkim very closer to India through this particular rail link. So ये Rangpo location, recently the Rangpo was in news because of which of the following? This might be a question, you know. So Sikkim Rangpo. Gewra mine of Chhattisgarh. The Gewra mine of Chhattisgarh, the Gewra mine of coal. ऑलरेडी मैंने 8 कोल फील्ड बताया था, तो उसमें अगर क्वेश्चन नहीं आया, इससे आएगा. The Gewra mine of Chhattisgarh will be the largest coal mine in the Asia itself. So greater chances are there that question would come from this particular Gewra mine. Question would come from this particular Gewra mine. The question would come from this Gewra mine. ये छत्तीसगढ़ में है, ये न्यूज में था. Chances are great question would come. Gewra mine याद रख लो, the largest coal mine in Asia. And all, as I've already mentioned, हमारा जो पूरी टेम्पल है ओडिशा में, that is in news. पर every 12 year deity change होता है. एंड रथ यात्रा की वजह से ये टेम्पल न्यूज में था. कलारम टेम्पल इन नासिक, ये न्यूज में था. हिस्टोरिकल सिग्निफिकेंस एंड इट्स कनेक्शन टू इंडियन दलित मूवमेंट. सो ड्यू टू द रिवाइवल ऑफ दलित्स, है ना, कलारम टेम्पल इन नासिक. क्लियर, नासिक बोले तो हमें हर बार त्रयंबकेश्वर टेम्पल याद आएगा, बट ये कलारम टेम्पल जो है नासिक, विच इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. So India's का जो दलित मूवमेंट है, so it has a closer connection. So this Kalaram temple which is there, it is located in Nasik. इसका geographical location याद रख लो. Somnath temple, the doors of Somnath temple clear were carried out. सोमनाथ टेम्पल जो था उसका डोर लेके गए थे गजनी ने. फिर ये सोमनाथ टेम्पल न्यूज में था. सो हिस्टोरिकली कुछ रिवाइवल हुआ था यहाँ पे. So Somnath temple was in news. तो इसका location, see temples and its connected zones, either with rivers or with any protected areas, might be a chance that question would be coming. तो सोमनाथ टेम्पल के ऊपर क्वेश्चन आने का चांसेस है. सोमनाथ टेम्पल के ऊपर there are high chances question would be coming. Clear? दो cities हैं, Gwalior as well as Kozhikode. Kozhikode in Kerala. India's both the nominations जो दिए थे have been included in UNESCO's Creative Cities Network. So Creative Cities Network में Kozhikode known for literature, तो लिखने का, and Gwalior known for music. तो ये इमेज मैंने G20 से लिया था, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कल्चर, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया से. तो आ सकता है क्वेश्चन लाइक, इफ यू आर ट्रैवलिंग फ्रॉम कोझिकोडे टू ग्वालियर, व्हाट इज द मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ स्टेट्स व्हिच विल बी कमिंग अक्रॉस इंक्लूडिंग द ओरिजिन एंड डेस्टिनेशन. तो केरला, कर्नाटका, महाराष्ट्र, मध्य प्रदेश 4 आएंगे. बिकॉज यूपीएससी हैड दिस हैबिट, while you are traveling from Kohima to Kottayam, what is the number of states you will be coming across. तो इसका कोई क्लोजर क्वेश्चन दोनों मिला के कुछ क्वेश्चन बन सकता है, तो वो देंगे. And Kongtong, the whistling village of India, recently have created some whistling वाला कुछ लिरिक या ट्यून बनाए थे प्राइम मिनिस्टर के ऊपर. So that's the reason why the Kongtong village of Meghalaya. तो ये Kongtong village which is known as the whistling village of India. So this is also in news, the Kongtong village, the whistling village. तो हो सकता है इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन ना हो, तो bordering states of Meghalaya as Assam border state. Assam is the only state which borders. और मेघालय, गारो, खासी, जयंतिया. और मेघालय में जो बारिश है मौसिनड्रम चिरपुंजी है ना, चिरपुंजी, इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आने का चांसेस है। और मेघालय में द मेघालय प्लेट्यू, कर्बी एंगलोंग प्लेट्यू और नॉकरेक बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व इन मेघालय। तो ये लेके उसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे। यूपीएससी का ब्यूटी वो है, द ब्यूटी ऑफ यूपीएससी लाइस इन दैट पर्टिकुलर रिगार्ड। ओके, and tantalum was in news generally, which is one of the rare earth metal element. So it was found, the hidden treasure was found in Sutlej. They might ask, tantalum recently was in news, and this particular tantalum which is used is found in which of the following regions, and the answer is Sutlej. Or else they will extract a question that if you want to extract tantalum, which of the following are the best sites to visit? The answer is Sutlej River, which originates from Mansarovar Lake, enters India through Shipkila Pass, have the Bias River mixage, have Bakranangal Dam located on it, and merges with that particular Indus River near Mithankot location. खास प्लेट्यू जो सतारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट में है, ये भी न्यूज में था। खास प्लेट्यू इन सतारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट which falls under the UNESCO's World Heritage Site of the Western Ghats, so which is known for its huge flora and fauna. So Satara district में, so regarding with its biodiversity importance, न्यूज में दिए हैं। So खास प्लेट्यू इट इज इन सतारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट, महाराष्ट्र, ये थोड़ा याद रख लो। Then, so this is up with the important Indian mapping. In the upcoming next part 3, the last part, I will try to focus upon the environmental related mapping aspects regarding biosphere reserves, wildlife sanctuaries, tiger reserves, elephant reserves, so that you won't find any difficulties of any questions which come from the map associated aspects in UPSC. So people who are live, any doubts which you have, if you have, you can just comment in the live chat. I'll be taking up those particular doubts for a couple of minutes so that we can end this particular session. Or else if you see this particular video later on, the recording, तो आप comment section में आपको जो topic बनाना है, if you are having any confusion in any topic, so if you want to make us a video regarding with it, you can just drop it in the comment section. We will be coming up with the video as soon as possible. So hope no one has any doubt as such. Thank you for watching this lecture. Have an awesome day. Jai Hind.